For days, series of demonstrations and protests were embarked upon by some aggrieved indigenes of ILE-IFE following the appointment of Professor Adebayo Banire, a non-indigene of ILE-IFE, as the substantive Vice-Chancellor of OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University.
It is, largely owned by the federal government, financed, sponsored, managed and controlled by the federal government. So coming to have an entitlement like it is our turn, it's barbaric and unethical.
It is on record that the institution has never appointed any IFE-born scholar as Vice-Chancellor of the university, despite being the host community since established over 6 decades ago.
This time around, we now have 2 of our sons that are very, very highly qualified for the post, and they were shortlisted and they attended the interview and all sort of processes of appointment. Shockingly, we got that they were not appointed. Of course, nobody will expect us, based on our anticipation and expectation, we keep quiet and clap. No! The relationship between the outgoing VC, Professor Itayo Ogumodede, with the community, which has been sometime now very strained, on land issues and some other things. Some of us believe that must have come to play on the outcome of the appointment.
No doubt the OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University ILE-IFE is one of the 3 universities to which Section 3 of the Universities Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2003 and 2012 as amended applies. The act was designed to reconstitute the councils of all 3 universities and, among other things, to set out uniform procedure for the appointment of vice-chancellors and other principal officers. From the 16 shortlisted candidates for the post of VC, the 2 IFE indigenes could not make the final list of 3 candidates. The question is, has the management of OAU-IFE followed laid-down rules in appointing Professor Adebayo Banire, an Oyo-born agricultural economist, as Vice-Chancellor?
There are guidelines that must be followed. We followed those guidelines. We placed advertisements. Those who meet the criteria will apply. And we are not duty bound to pick everybody. So we'll shortlist the candidates. And of course, we do the interview, or what I can call interaction. And after that, the people saddled with such responsibility will now decide who is who among them, taking into cognizance the international standard of OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University when it comes to academic excellence.
While IFE indigenes continue to boast of having more qualified sons and daughters for the position, can being a host community be a determining factor in any way?
We have people who came first, who came second, who came third, not on the basis of where they came from. So you now wanted us to announce somebody that came 9th in position as the substantive vice-chancellor, as the 12th substantive vice-chancellor of the university. It's not done anywhere like that. It is an academic environment.
The aggrieved IFE indigenes are still hopeful that President Muhammadu Buhari, who is a visitor to the institution, will rescue the situation. From IFE, Joshua Ogunjide, NT News.